its long-term work, the electron tubes factory has mastered the complete technological process for the electron tubes production. Using the basic material, metal bands, wires, glass, and basic chemical products, the factory manufactures all elements required for the insertion into an electron tube of good quality. The metal bands, which are supplied from the well-known world manufacturers, are cut according to the required dimensions, and they are prepared for the future processing on highly automatic machines for the manufacture of metal parts, plates, metal grids, screens, bridges, and other parts of different shapes and dimensions within very tight tolerances. The tools for the manufacturing of all required metal parts were designed in EI-RC and made in the tool factory in EI niche. The tools meet all requirements concerning the accuracy of products and concerning the exploitation in big series. One strike of the automate's tools makes parts, only shaped or overlapped or perforated with double lead bands. Tubes are produced from the bands think from 50 to 100 microns, or from the tube's diameter from 850 microns up to 4.5 millimeters. Special machines and specially designed tools process the cut nickel tubes, producing the so-called overlap cathode tubes with a range of dimensions from 0.6 times 1.2 up to 1.5 times 6 millimeters with a shaped ring for holding in mica. Nickel tubes are cut to the length from 6 to 27 millimeters, depending on the type of tube and the ring is shaped. All metal parts are degreased in a special device. The process is performed in ultrasonic baths filled with perfluoroethylene. After that, the metal parts are dried in vapors, so that finally we get extremely clean parts. The wire, supplied in rolls, is straightened first and then cut on a special machine by the so-called rising rollers, and it is cut to the dimensions from 6 up to 25 millimeters. In order to get the rounded ends, the parts are drummed and washed before annealing. Three-part pins are made on highly automatic machines using the technique of front electroresistive welding with a rate 2.4 pieces per second. The pins are automatically separated and lined up in the adjusted plates. Glass bulbs of different diameters, shapes, with and without a small degassing tube are made on carousel glazier machines by the flame technology, beginning with preheating, ending with a complete annealing. It should be emphasized that we possess the technology of high-frequency metal glass joints, which is used for vacuum products. For the pressed plates manufacture, we make novel magnet conductor previously made pins, glass rings, small tubes if the press teller is designed with a gassing tool. In order to mount the pressed plates into an assembly, the pins must previously be processed, cut and bent according to the required position, and this process is performed on semi-automatic machines. All metal parts are, before insertion, annealed at a specific temperature in a conveyor tunnel oven in protective atmosphere, the mixture of hydrogen and nitrogen. The filament is made by binding of a wolfram wire, diameter from 40 to 200 microns, around molybdenum mandrel, which diameter is 40 to 320 microns. After shape stabilization, the isolating paste is applied, and after that the molybdenum wire is decomposed by a chemical process called etching. The filaments are made in the following shapes: V, M, W, and as single, double or triple spiral with normal or bifilar winding. The control of filaments is 100%. From the basic chemicals supplied by the well-known manufacturers, we prepare all required solutions and suspensions which are necessary in the technological process of electron tubes production. For the preparation of solutions, we use demineralized water, which resistance is not below 16 megaohms. Certain elements are washed in a separate ultrasonic bath in freon, and they are dried in freon vapors. By dipping, we apply nickel suspension on some elements, and we dry them using centrifugal force, and we heat them by ultraviolet lamps. On the prepared cathodes, before the application of barium strontium carbonate suspension and after the automatic frames loading, we perform the spot welding on small bands made of nickel band, and we use specially prepared machines for this process. The control of the applied suspension is obligatory on each cathode, and it is done on 3 points, the allowed tolerances being 5 to 10 microns depending on the type. The supporter of the complete system is highly isolating natural mica, which is first separated according to the dimensions from 150 to 375 microns and then cut by special tools on the eccentric press. Later, The mica is controlled by projectors and magnesium suspension is sprayed on both sides. The grids are wound on classic and automatic machines. The manual dimensions are from 0.5 to 1.75 mm, and it is made of iron, nickel and nickel-copper wire, while the grid wire dimensions are from 40 to 111 microns, and this wire is made of molybdenum and molybdenum gold. The binding step is 0.150 mm up to 2 mm, the accuracy being 2 microns. The grids are wound on bars 1.2 meters long. The head of the machine contains the coil with a wire for grids, and the wire is attached to the mandrel mechanically by stamping. After stabilization in a protective gas, a sample from each batch is controlled with a projector, and good batches go to further processing, cutting, shaping and final dimension control. On the automatic machines, so-called full automates, the process of grid winding is automatic, from winding to shaping, including stabilization and cutting. Our production program includes also the production of so-called span grids, where Wolfram grids made of wire, which diameter is 8 to 10 microns, are wound on the supporters from 0.720 up to 1 millimeter. All prepared sub-assemblies enter the mounting process, where, with the help of specially designed tools and machines adjusted for the process, the assembly mounting is performed, which is followed by its joining to the press roller. After washing in alcohol, the assembly is inserted into a bulb, and it is now prepared for further technological processes, sealing and degassing. While you are watching the mounting process, we'd like to give you some more information about our factory and its production program. Electronic industry was looking for quality electron tubes for the requirements of its production of radio.